afternoon and welcome to this Australian Women's Ice Hockey League game between the Sydney Sirens and the Melbourne Ice here at Erina Arena on dark and young land. What a warm day it is today. My name is Sarah Doramaja and joining me in commentary today is Eric Brook. Welcome, Eric.
G'day, Sarah. G'day, everyone. Great to be here. Two traditional rivals of the AWIHL. They're here. They're here at Erina. 5 minutes on the clock for warm-up. Lots of great players up and down the ice that we'll talk about, Sarah.
There's a lot of legends out there.
There certainly are. The Melbourne Ice in their road white, second in the competition at the moment. The Sirens, fourth in the competition, so both of these teams are in finals as we speak right now.
Right, yes, right now. Melbourne, I am loving your jerseys, by the way. Yes, so Melbourne sitting in second. They are only 1 point behind Perth and Furno and 1 point ahead of Brisbane Lightning, so they are certainly looking to take all 6 points away. We were chatting with head coach Drew before, and he was saying that, yes, they want all 6 points, but it starts with getting 3 points on Saturday, and it starts with getting points in the first period. And the Sirens, they just want to hold on to that fourth spot, get it ahead of Adelaide Rush. There's only 6 points between them at the moment, so it's going to be a good weekend of hockey here.
So let's have a look at a couple of our featured players for each team. Let's look at the Melbourne Ice end of the ice, and one player who has been really great for the Ice this season, and it's not one of the imports who is the leading goal scorer at the moment. Emily Davis-Tope with 15 goals, 6 assists and 21 points.
EDT has such a bright future ahead of her. I was trying to look up her stats. She, aside from having 21 points in 16 games, she has over 50 AWIHL games under her belt. She is only 24 years old. And to put it in perspective, she spent 7 years in Canada where she didn't play any AWIHL games.
Wow.
Impressive.
It certainly is. Let's have a look at Carmen Anderson now, one of the imports, and when we were talking with the coaching staff a little bit earlier, she's really settled in well to Melbourne. Her job isn't necessarily to score lots of goals. She scored 7 goals, but she's had 16 assists for 23 points. Yeah,
and just impressive numbers she's putting up as well. Pretty much straight out of college, she's come here. She looks like she's enjoying the Melbourne life, just settled right in, getting the job done, working very well with the team.
Let's have a look at the Sirens end of the bench now, and Shelby Thompson, didn't she score a fantastic goal last week? One that I've got hanging in a museum somewhere in Sydney. She's had some fantastic numbers as well, leading goal scorer at the moment. It's been a running battle between her and Sarah Edney all year. 18 goals, 12 assists for 30 points, the leading goal scorer for the Sirens.
Yeah, indeed. Her and the Thompson, the Edney combo has been impressive. But what a wonderful pickup Sirens have had in bringing Shelby Thompson as an import this season. Just looking at those 30 points in 16 games. Wow.
And one player who made a massive difference for the Sirens last weekend against the Melbourne Ducks was Kelsey Lang. Usually playing D, the coaching staff said, hey Kels, play forward. And play forward she did, including a hat-trick. She's got, as a defender, 5 goals, 11 assists for 16 points. So she could be very well finding herself up and down the ice today at both ends.
I think she could. She could definitely be that two-way hockey player that everybody wants. But given that they are playing Melbourne Ice today, and who are very strong in attacking and in shooting and scoring chances, I feel like Kelsey Lang will be right at home in defense today, getting the job done there.
So warm-up has just concluded. We will be having a ceremonial puck drop very, very shortly, and the national anthem. The ceremonial puck drop will be first, and the ceremonial puck drop, I don't know if she's ever ceremoniously dropped a puck before.
I don't think she has. So I know you probably can't hear what Ashley is saying on the mic, but it is Sue McConey, affectionately known as Nanny Sue. She was a former team manager of the Sirens for several years, but even afterwards, she hung around. She was always bringing fruit platters into the change room, always very well appreciated. She would run around, do absolutely everything beyond what the managers had to do. And she was always the babysitter too, which was always useful for all the players over the years. But she always traveled to the road games, even just in a parent support role. daughter, obviously, Kath McConey, who is still playing, Laura McConey, who no longer plays, mother-in-law to Jaden Ryan, who used to be the Sirens coach, and now she just happily sits in the stands. And in 2014, she was made a life member of the Sirens because of her contribution. And obviously, the organization appreciates her dedication, her continuous dedication to the Sirens.
And quite fittingly, Kath McConey has gone to take the ceremonial puck drop.
Which is just beautiful. That's
It is.
nice. Honouring her own mama. And Steph McConey, obviously, she was former captain of the Sirens as well. So
Steph Cochrane.
Yes, that's it. Too many McConeys out there in Cochranes. Nice to have all of them out there today.
So ceremonial puck drop, Sue McConey there wearing an older style Sirens jersey.
I wonder if it's 14 on the back or 19. I can't remember what Kath was wearing back then. Oh, 54. We're wearing Laura's jersey.
So we are about to pause for the Australian National Anthem.
And our officials for today, in the red we have Nick Eyre, and lining we have Caitlin Knox and Jamison Harris. No stranger to these games all season.
Certainly all three officials last week. So let's have a look at what happened last week. The Sirens, they swept the Ducks, but the Ice did not sweep the Rush.
No, they didn't. So last week was interesting results around the league, a little bit of shifting on the table and then re-shifting back. We do have in Sirens net starting today. Naoka will be starting today, and in the Melbourne Ice net, it will be Michaela.
Okay. So we're just moments away, Sarah. Both of these teams have got their own unique reasons for wanting to win this game. The Melbourne Ice, as we mentioned earlier, they are coming second. The Sirens, they haven't qualified in finals for the last couple of years. They would certainly love to do it, and certainly love to do it this weekend rather than have to wait until they go to Adelaide.
Indeed, and there's, as we've mentioned before, there's a lot of rivalry between both teams over the last 15, 16 years. Of course, having Steph Cochrane and Sharna Godfrey, who were long-time players for the Sirens as well, now with the Melbourne Ice for the last few years as well. There's obviously friendships off the ice, but on the ice, it's going to be a good competition. And
we should, of course, remember the Melbourne Ice, how many finals competitions and how many final series they've won. They're the current champions.
Yep. And Coach Drew, he was saying how much harder it is for them to defend, the pressure that's on the players, but they are a team that can get the job done.
So final few moments here. And taking the face off, Emily Davis-Tope against Sarah Edney, and we're underway. St. Omar first to the puck for the Melbourne Ice in front of the ice bench. Clearing it out now to Thompson into the action early against Emily Davis-Tope, 11 on 11. Sirens clear it out to the grandstand side. Cleared out by Sam Payne. Battle up against the boards. Payne battling there with Anderson. Sirens getting the better of that one. Ebony Brunt now enters the zone on the left-hand side. Fires a shot. Paddled away there by Michaela Pearce in that early action An early shot on net for the Sirens. Sirens can't keep it in their attacking zone. Here comes Anderson now for the ice. Anderson fires and Willard saves. An early shot, Sarah, for both teams.
Early shots, very important saves from the get-go for both goalies. It was always good to make that first save. So here's the first one on Michaela Piers. Nice to get her stick to redirect it in the air so there was no rebound option there. And then against New York, Weller just straight into the breadbasket for an easy save to start.
So 2 shots from distance to start up. Shana Godfrey now in the corner. It will come back now for Kath McConey. McConey against Nelson. Nelson onto the ice early. Made her A-dub debut last week against Adelaide. Now the Sirens will try and clear it out. McConey didn't get enough on it. Back now for Nelson. Nelson against McConey again. Battle at the cafe end. McConey trying to clear it out. Steph Newmark now has a bit of time and space and playing up forward again for the moment at least. Kelsey Lang for the Sirens. Nelson heavily involved early. Godfrey now dipsy doodling, dandling, but was just wide on the last little bit of that movement. But out of the zone, Ice have to retreat out of their attacking zone. It will come back now for Marnie Pullen. Melbourne Ice have changed. Sarah Dash onto the ice now. Dash fires, block it away there by Wellard. Melbourne Ice still on the attack. Dash again busy, up against Cleo Mayer this time. Dash has some support on the blue line. Well kept in the zone there by Christine Dutton. It will come up now and Sirens looking to clear it out there, left-hand side. Newmark, McConey now. The puck was wide of Annika Schmitz. Back in towards neutral ice. Dutton again. Numasemic. Sirens now. Annika Schmitz clearing out in the centre ice. Ava Caruso now. Sirens partial line change. Caruso right-hand side passes the ice bench. Caruso needs a little bit of assistance. Assistance has arrived now. Sirens still on the attack for the moment, but it will come back now. Well kept in the zone. Herrick did a great job of keeping it in the zone there. Annika Schmitz again, centering, but the ice can clear it out now. Battle up against the half wall. Dash again involved. Lucy York involved early. Battle up against the boards. Herring tries to keep it in the zone, but the puck skipped it on her at the last moment. D-to-D pass on offer for Bella Maher, but she skates away from Maher and passes it directly to an ice player in the form of Steph Cochran, who just sprays it wide, happy to come off for a change. Bella Maher against Emily Davis-Tope now. Christina Julian. Battle against Bella Maher. Julian. Centering. Dash. Firing. Bit of friendly fire. Davis-Tope. Puck goes wide. It will come back now for Anderson. Anderson finds York for the Sirens. York trying to clear it out. York. Julian providing some forechecking. Back now for Brunt. Brunt now. That's a good battle. Brunt and Anderson. Anderson getting the better of that one for the ice. Right-hand side. Christina Julian now entering the zone. Centering pass. It was a ricochet off the stick of Gabby Arps on the way through for the Sirens, causing that play to break down. Fast action so far, Sarah. Not many whistles.
No, not quite yet. There's been a little bit of a here you take it, no here you take it. A little bit of passing.
Sarah Edney takes it but sprays it wide. Shelby Katormson with it underneath the scoreboard. Santa Mar in defence for the ice. Puck almost out of play at the ice bench. Worked out well for the ice instead. Nelson's been busy early for the ice, playing her third game in the A-dub. Coming back now for Edney. Edney battle up against the boards against Shana Godfrey. St. Amar next in the windscreen. Battle up against the boards. Kelsey Lang. Player comes down awkwardly. It'll come back. Gabby Arps thinks about firing, but it was great pressure there by Nelson. Firing from distance, trying to find Edney in the sight, and it will come out. The ice will clear it out of their defensive zone. Entering the zone now, Danielle Butler. Couldn't get a shot on it. Was good pressure there by Arps in defence for the Sirens. 0-0. Almost 5 minutes of action gone already, and here's Kelsey Lang entering the zone one-on-one, and it was great work by the ice in defence there, clearing it back into the neutral zone. Sarah Dash thinks about firing, but Christine Cockrell was there, former ice player quite a few years ago now, and that will come all the way back down. Won't make it to the line for icing. Marnie Pullen. Battle up against the boards. The Ice have an opportunity to clear it down their right-hand side. McConey first to the puck though, centering pass, trying to find Newmark in the slot, and that'll be cleared out by Mayer for the Melbourne Ice. Dash now clears it out, and that'll come backboard rebound for Wellard, who holds and saves.
There's the whistle you were looking for. I don't think it feels a little bit slow to me. The passes haven't been tape to tape for both teams, and I think for some of the players just not quite aware of where their other players are to get the pass where it needs to go.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Ice. Davis Tope will take it now to the right, to the left hand or glove side of Wellard. Battle up against the boards right in front of the cafe. Ice getting the better of that one through Anderson. Bellamar, though, that was a great poke check. Herrick's under pressure from Davis Tope. York comes into lend a hand, but Anderson comes into lend a hand too for the Ice. Sirens need to get out of here. They've been hemmed down here since the last face-off. Now they get it back into neutral ice. It will come back now for Anderson. Anderson straight up the middle. Marr entering the zone for the Sirens, shooting from distance. The puck bubbles and comes back out for the Ice. Tapped on there by Anderson. And that, Sarah, will come back for icing just.
You could see that the Sirens were trying to look for the change to be able to line match as well. But a good shot. As we're coming through, Bellamar gets the puck, gets it over the line, takes a nice shot on net. There's nobody there to be able to chase up for a rebound. But a good effort from that line. Good
things happen when you shoot, Bellamar. It'll come back now for Edney. Edney centering pass was across the blue paint. Julian, Davis Tope under some pressure. Sirens there via Edney. Edney against Henderson. That'll be a good battle. And that'll come back now for Steph Cochran. Cochran centering, tapped on by Davis Tope. We'll find Anderson again. Anderson's been busy. Anderson, air shot, still almost recovers. Julian takes over. Christina Julian. Back to Sanamar. Battle up against the boards. Edney, that was a good battle. Ebony Brunt. And that will come back for Tarly Nelson. Battle up against the boards briefly. Sirens working out, cross, ice pass. Edney, Sarah, Shana Godfrey was sweating on that pass. Entering the zone now, Thompson fires from distance but was wide. No action required by Pearce in the end. It will come back. Danielle Butler, big collision there with Thompson. Centering, that shot was wide from Cleo Mayer. The net stays dry. Brunt, Edney, Mayer. The puck's free in the socket. Thompson there couldn't connect. And the Ice have an opportunity to clear it out their right-hand side. Shana Godfrey now briefly. Charlotte Rowe. She's applying great pressure to the Apex Predator, Shana Godfrey. And it will come back now for Kath McConey. McConey against Raimondo. Danielle Butler coming in as well. Ice looking to clear it out their right-hand side on the grandstand side. And that will go all the way back down. Icing waved off. Cleo Mayer first to the puck. Danielle Butler involved at both ends of the ice. Sirens looking to clear it out, but they didn't see the ice player in Raimondo coming. That will come back now. Sirens clear it out. No icing, tapped on the way through, battled the scoreboard. Steph Newmark first to the puck there. Newmark for the wraparound attempt. Good save there by Pearce on a right-hand post. And now they work to get it out via Tara Baker. Ice on the attack, crossing all the lines now. Firing, stand-up save. The puck's free. And it was cleared out by Herring. Cleo Mayer. Sirens need to get it out of here, and they do. Finding the skates there of Kelsey Lang briefly. Puck fired from distance and out of play.
Yeah, just keeping the Melbourne staff on their toes. They seem to have brought the entire organisation with them, with how many they got on the bench. A few very crucial saves. This one coming for Michaela Pearce. Almost an opportunity for a rebound. And then Steph Newmark just driving hard, just trying to get that wraparound, but couldn't quite get there. Michaela Pearce had everything on that post covered.
Sirens now looking to clear it out of their defensive end. Haven't the Ice got some pace, Sarah? Trying to keep the Sirens hemmed down this end of the ice. Back into neutral ice now. Cross ice, cleared out back into shovel by Dutton. finds Davis Tope. Davis Tope drives, and she quite wisely decides to reel that in. I think for 0.5 of a millisecond, Willard thought about playing on, but then saw the pressure.
Well, when she had the stand-up save earlier, it dropped in front, and it was kind of like, who's going to take it? There was a bit of hesitation, but this one, she saw there's enough white jerseys around. I'm just going to pull that in and cover it so nobody else can get a shot on.
Danielle Butler to take the attacking zone face-off for the Ice. Battle up against the backboards, cleared out by Sarah Edney. Sirens, here's trouble. Shana Godfrey walking in. Can't get a handle on it. Danielle Butler, friendly collision there. Sirens clear it out there, left-hand side. Here's Brunt. Brunt putting on the afterburners now. Thompson's driving the net. Brunt's got a hands full of St. Omar at the moment. Danielle Butler comes to lend a hand. Battle up against the board. St. Omar doing a mountain of work in that corner. Danielle Butler there as well. Shelby Thompson there for the Sirens. Battle up against the boards. Sarah Edney and Butler centering past. Thompson fires, and a great save there. And it needed to be by Pears.
Some great eye-hand coordination there by the Sirens. Sarah Edney especially able to just keep that puck in there after that little collision. Swings it across. Shelby Thompson there on her own. Spinorama shoots it, but Michaela Pearce had her angles covered.
10-11 remaining in the first period. Now all Sirens and Ice. Semi-final hockey, it seems. Sirens on the attack. Pearce is there. She's got a great save percentage this year. Battle up against the boards in the corner. Sarah Dash getting in good position for the Ice. Out of the zone, back in towards neutral ice. Here's Dash again. She's got company in Yates. Dash fires the outstretched glove there of Willard. Got enough of it. The puck's still free. Now the puck's held on the Sirens' right-hand post.
Both goalies are going to get a good workout today. It is, at this stage, only 5 shots apiece, but both of them are facing some solid pucks, trying to generate some sort of rebound. There's a lot of traffic in front. You can see there with Nayoka, 2 white jerseys, a bunch of black jerseys coming to support as well.
Attacking zone face-off for the Ice. Battle there. Ice walking in, centering. Anderson was slightly high and wide and off target. Ice still in possession though. Pressure there in the slot. It was Davis Tope under control for the moment. Christina Julian looking for Davis Tope in the slot, but she'd moved. Herring comes out. Has Annika Schmitz there. Schmitz looking to enter the zone. Nice cross-ice pass. Caruso fires off the body of St. Omar, and that goes through to Pearce, who holds and saves.
Good pressure by Henrik to just get there right away. Not deliberately trying to put snow into Pearce's face, but letting her know that she's right there in case that puck gets dropped. There she is, finds the puck, jumps right onto it, and Henrik right there in front.
Butler against Edney at the face-off, attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Good battle there, Edney and Butler. Butler now looking to get the better of that one. Nelson comes in for the Ice as well. Brunt in some traffic. Got Thompson waiting at the front door of the Melbourne Ice cage. Nelson trying to clear it out. Here's Brunt in some traffic. Couldn't get a shot on. And that'll be the first penalty of the afternoon. Penalty box door will be opening.
Completely not deliberate, but when you've got someone the size of Ebony Brunt against someone like Dutton, you know who's going to come off. But that does count as a penalty, so Sirens will find themselves on their first power play of the afternoon.
Body checking the call. Power play unit number 1 on for the Sirens, and based on previous weeks, Sarah, you'd expect them on for most of this power play.
I think against the Melbourne lineup, you would think so too.
Back now, battle up against the scoreboard. Thompson finds Newmark. Edney. Thompson in front of the net now. McConey also in front. Here's Lang now. Lang, Thompson trying to find a player in the sight, but the Ice do a good job through Davis Tope to clear it out. No icing on the penalty kill. Check out this foot race. Carmen Anderson and Kelsey Lang there. Anderson getting the better one of that one. Apart from anything else, eating variable seconds off the penalty against the Ice. Thompson, cross ice pass now for Lang. Lang enters the zone on the left-hand side. Minute 20 of the Sirens power play remaining. It was a ricochet off Thompson at best. Still in the general direction of the net. Pass the line change coming up for the Ice. Lang with the whole half of the ice to herself at the moment. Finding Edney. Has got McCaney in the distance. McCaney entering the zone now. Trying to find Katomson. Katomson gets a rebound off the back wall. Centering pass. Trying to find Newmark. Was unsuccessful. The ice are there. 55 seconds of the Sirens power play remaining. Kept in the zone via Edney. Edney fires the pucks free. Katomson there was on the doorstep. Tap, tap, tap. Power play goal, Sirens.
It looked like it was always coming. The Sirens like to maintain possession, have their clean passes going on, find the seam open, take that shot and get the rebound off it. Ice were trying to attack as much as they could. They were so aggressive on this, waiting for them to cough it out. But there's that shot, and there's Guttormson ready to clean up on that rebound. Sirens up 1-0.
She's certainly an imposing sight when she's 2 feet away from you, isn't she?
Oh, indeed she is.
Back to centre ice, Sirens 1-0. Power play goal to Shelby Thompson. And that will be back now. Davis Tope. It will come back now for Bellamar. Mar looking to go left or go right. Just controlling the pace. Playing well above her age, Bellamar, for the Sirens in her debut season. Herring now. Up against Anderson. This is a good battle. Anderson getting the better one of that one. Herrick not shying away from anything. Christina Julian against Mar. Mar in good position. Davis Tope comes in. And it's saved there on the right-hand post by Wellard.
I feel like that's what Wellard is going to do for the remainder of the game, with how much pressure the Ice are putting on her. As soon as she's made that first save, she's going to want to cover up everything, every chance she gets.
Butler taking the face-off for the Ice against McConey. Sirens look to clear it out now. Kelsey Lang up against Nelson. Godfrey first to the puck for the Ice. Butler. Godfrey. Glorianis. She was there waiting for the back door. She knew exactly where she wanted to be. The puck's free in the sight. Sirens need to clear it out. Nelson. McConey trying to clear it out. McConey does a good job right-hand side clearing it out. It's got Newmark there. Pass was a bit too hot for Newmark. It'll come back for the Ice in front of their own bench. Nelson. Nice give and go with Butler. Puck almost there to play. Butler. McConey. Rowe. Godfrey. Godfrey enters the zone. Godfrey dangles. And the Sirens clear it out. Shana Godfrey. Godfrey with the puck again. Trying to find Butler, but the pass was too wide. Butler recovering now. Trying to jam it in the left-hand post from a Sirens point of view. Sirens need to clear it out, but dispossessed there by Butler. Off the back of the goal net. Julian in traffic. Sirens. Mayer does a good job of clearing it up. McConey. Sirens clear it out, and that will come all the way back down. I don't think they'll care at the moment that it was icing, Sarah. They just needed to get the puck out of there.
And I think Steph Newmark read that well. I think she was maybe trying to aim it to the net so it wouldn't be an icing anyway, but just trying to buy them some time. Nerika Wellard definitely put to work here. So Shana Godfrey trying to backhand that shot. The rebound is cleared out, and then again looking to try and get Danielle Butler on the back door.
Attacking zone face-off, one there by Dash, back for Dutton on the blue line. Not quite a blue line blast. It'll come back for Newmark. Newmark, the puck balloons past both benches. It will come back now for the Ice. 5:20 remaining in the first period. Sirens 1-0 thanks to a power play goal to Shelby Thompson. Baker, cross-ice pass. Dash just happy to dump it in the corner. Herring clears it out for the Sirens. They look to clear it out there, left-hand side. Almost into neutral ice. The Ice certainly aren't making it easy for the Sirens to get out of their defensive zone. York was doing a mountain of work there. Herring has been busy. It'll come back for Bellamar. Straight up the middle now. In traffic, and Pearce will just settle that one down. York was applying some pressure. 4:48 remaining in the first. Sirens 1-0.
Pearce is going to do the same strategy that Wellard is doing at the other end. Just any chance she gets, cover the puck, get a whistle, buy a bit of time, catch your breath, line changes, everything's possible. We're just trying to kill momentum at both ends.
Edney against Davis Tope, attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. looking to clear it out now. Marnie Pullen. Here's some support here for the Ice. Entering the zone. Here's Anderson. Anderson fires and the puck balloons off the pads there of Wellard. Thompson against Davis Tote. Now against Edney. Anderson against Arps. Sam Payne. Ice looking to stay down here. Christina Julian, nice pass. Finds Davis Tope. Davis Tope has some support in the corner by Anderson. But Arps is there watching. Sam Payne doing all the work at the moment. Thompson with a bit of time and space. Who's going to be first to the puck? Shelby Thompson will be first to the puck. He's got Edney Brunt driving the net. Pullen looks to clear it out for the Ice at their defensive end. Pocket pick there by Edney. Get the crime scene tape out. Back now for Anderson. Anderson clears it out. Centering. They've got a lot of the Sirens player on the way through. Newmark. Newmark recovers. Loses a stick in the process. It will come back now. St. Omar. Payne. Butler's in good position. Butler walks in. The puck free was cleared out. It was desperation in the end by the Sirens who managed to clear it out. Sam Payne, great work clearing it out. Kelsey Lang, St. Omar. Here's Godfrey with a little bit of time and space now. Has some support from Butler. Can't find Butler. Does have some support there from St. Omar. Now cleared out by the Sirens. Kelsey Lang. Winds up, selects tower drive, fires it wide. No action required there. St. Omar again. Looks to clear it out for the Ice. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the first period. It will come back now for Butler. Butler's got Dash for company. Finds Dash now. Dash in the slot. It was good pressure there. It was well done by Cleo Mayer. Centering pass again. Out of the zone. St. Omar has to turn and chase. Ice will take the advantage to change with 2.5 minutes remaining in the period. That will come back. Sarah Dash competing against Caruso. Annika Schmitz, Dutton. Centering pass. Bella Mars, busy, gets around Dash. Has some support there. She needed the support there from Schmitz. Schmitz enters the zone around a couple, trying to weave through traffic. There is a delayed penalty in favour of the Sirens coming up here. Ice will touch up and the Sirens, Sarah, will be heading back to the power play.
They will be. It looks like that one is for slashing. Who, me? No, couldn't possibly. Did you see that other one? I believe that is Captain Steph Cock. No, it's not. She was not sure who's going in. We have Jasmine Mayer is heading to the box for a slashing. Sirens on their second power play, successful in their first one of the afternoon. Let's see if they can recreate some of that magic. 2:01
on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock. Sirens with the 1-0 lead so far. Ice do a great job of clearing it out via Anderson, and Anderson looks like she's going to be first to the puck as well. Great speed there by Anderson. Covered there by Lang. Sirens clear it out. Steph Newmark now with a bit of time and space. Has some support coming through McConey, but she had her eyes full. It was great work by Anderson. Marnie Pullen setting up that one for the Ice defensively. Cross ice pass. Thompson fires. Kath McConey couldn't swat it home in the end. She was there in the right position. Thompson now goes to the top of the umbrella, passes on Freddie. Edney fires and a huge deflection, which could have went anywhere. Kept in the zone almost by Lang. That will come back. Melbourne Ice short-handed on the attack and well saved there by Wellard. Shot from distance from Davis Tope, eating valuable seconds off the Melbourne Ice penalty kill.
Eating valuable seconds indeed. If Wellard could have played that puck and just generated momentum, would have been great, but we'll take a look at a few saves from what could have been such a great opportunity there. And then firing Sarah Edney. Beautiful shot. I would not want to be in front of that one.
I definitely would not want to be in front of that one. Here's an opportunity now for the Sirens, but coming back well. That was Dutton against Arps. Defender on defender. Sirens on the power play for the next minute. There is 1 minute remaining in the first period. Sarah Dash looking to clear it out. Sam Payne keeping it in the zone. That'll come back now for Dutton. Dutton, 48 seconds in the penalty and the period. Arps, cross ice pass now for Payne. Payne trying to find some support. Just found Christina Jewin as well there as well, as they'll come off for a partial line change to the ice. I have heard the ice penalty kill described as a power kill, and you can see why, Sarah.
You can indeed. They are so aggressive on that one.
And here comes Brunt now. Brunt fires, but it just got enough of Dutton on the way through. 20 seconds in the period. Caruso first to the puck for the Sirens. Dutton's done a mountain of work indeed. It'll come back now for Caruso. Battle up against the boards. Butler comes in to lend a hand. Brunt with 10 seconds in the period trying to find Edney. The centering pass didn't quite work, and the puck will come all the way down. Wellard will just control the puck for the end of the first period. Lang clears the puck, and at the end of a highly entertaining first period, Sarah, the Sirens take a 1-0 lead thanks to a power play goal from Shelby Thompson.
They do indeed, and on that goal, Sarah Edney and Catherine McConey did assist that one. That second power play finished right on the buzzer as well, which means that when both teams return after this intermission, it will be back to 5-on-5 hockey.
What do you think of the period?
Intense. Good two-way battles going on. I think with Melbourne Ice, we call it the power kill. You can definitely see why they are so aggressive on it. They are definitely pressuring the Sirens players, who are so used to having that time and space to make the puck do all the work for them. Find the gap, cut the seam, take that shot. Melbourne's not letting them do that. They're forcing them to cough up the puck.
So it's quite easy to see why the Melbourne Ice, they're ranked number 1 in the penalty kill and number 1 in power plays, and the Sirens are ranked 2nd in power plays.
Indeed.
So special teams are going to be so important today. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the resumption of play. After one period at Erina Ice Arena, the Sydney Sirens 1 leading the Melbourne Ice 0. Back soon. Welcome back to Erina Ice Arena. Players are just moments away from returning to the ice. One Shelby Thompson goal for the Sirens on the power play is the difference between the two teams. Sarah, let's have a look at head-to-head after that first period. So, obviously a great save percentage for the Sirens. One goal, the difference so far. Melbourne Ice haven't been on the power play yet. Shots on goal fairly even.
Yeah, it's been highly competitive. So yes, shots on goal is fairly even. There's saves. The goalies have been definitely put to work. Even though they've only faced 10 and 11 shots respectively, there's been a lot of shots fired their way, just not quite hitting the net. And lots of scrambles out in front. As we mentioned, the Sirens, lone goal coming from power play opportunity for them. There was a power play opportunity at the end of that period, but Melbourne Ice effectively killed it on their power kill. So we are back to 5-on-5 hockey at the start of the second period. Melbourne
Ice coming back onto the ice. All six teams in action this weekend. The Melbourne Ice second on the ladder. The Sirens currently fourth. First of two games this weekend here at Erina Ice Arena, and the last home weekend for the Sirens.
Indeed, and both teams are going to be battling Melbourne Ice because they want to try and clinch number one spot, so every point counts for them, and the Sirens, they are fighting to stay in fourth. There's only at this stage 6 points separating them and Adelaide Rush. They don't necessarily want it to come down to the final round of the season, so the earlier they can notch up their points, the better it is for the Sirens.
Absolutely right. Now the Melbourne Ice, of course, have been there well and truly before, 8-time champions in the A-Dub. Sirens been there 3 times. Both teams coming back onto the ice now, and it really comes down. So let's have a look at the standings, keeping in mind that all teams are in action today. On top we have the Inferno. They're in first, 1 point ahead of the Melbourne Ice with 6 games to play. The Melbourne Ice are on second on 33, and back a point behind them are the Brisbane Lightning. So there's a big gap between Inferno Ice and Lightning, and then Sirens and Rush are on their own little battle. Sirens in the hot seat and in the best seat between the two, 22 points with 4 games remaining. And the Adelaide Rush, they'll play this afternoon as well against the Inferno, 16 points. And the Melbourne Ducks are also there. They had a great series here last week. They didn't get any chocolates, unfortunately. They're up against the Lightning this afternoon. It's going to be a big day of A-Dub hockey.
Indeed, it's a big weekend of A-Dub hockey all around. There should be a game starting momentarily, but thank you for joining us here. As always, we appreciate you supporting women's hockey and indeed Sirens hockey.
So Sarah Edney, Emily Davis-Tope, start of period number 2, 5-on-5 hockey. That penalty expired right at the end of that period. Edney first to the puck, centering pass, Thompson right-hand side, in some traffic. Thompson trying to find Edney, finds Edney now. Pears under immediate attack. Sirens, here's an opportunity, here's Anderson. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Anderson comes in, fires off the iron, but out. And they go wide again, the Ice. That was so close. We'll have a look at that one on the replay shortly, but robbed there were the Ice and Carmen Anderson. It will come back now for Raimondo. St. Omar in defence, has some support. Julianne Thompson. Thompson fires, but sprays it wide. Kept in the zone via Cleo Mayer. Battle on the half wall. Ice looking to clear it out of their defensive zone, and they do via Emily Davis-Tope. And that will come no away. It'll get waved off. It was touched on the way through. Sirens with it now. Clearing it down the centre, McConey. It'll come back Emily Davis-Tope. Firing it back in. The Ice have an opportunity to change, but they didn't quite beat the change, and that'll come back for icing.
We're going to have a look at the opportunity that Melbourne Ice had from Carmen Anderson. There she goes on her own. Gabby Arms couldn't quite chase her down. Hits the post, bounces. Naoka Wellard doesn't know where it is. There's a loose puck, misses that one. Back to the opposite post, wide open net, couldn't quite connect to it. What a missed opportunity.
McConey against Butler. Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. One by McConey, back for Mayer. Cross-ice pass, but out of the zone for Charlotte Rowe, having to turn and chase. The Ice are down there, and now they're in the attacking zone. Kelsey Lang has it for the Sirens, looking to clear it out. clears it out, finds Newmark, pressured there by St. Amar. Battle up against the boards. Lang trying to come through on a drive-by to attack the puck. It will come back now for Charlotte Rowe. Rowe for the Sirens behind her own net as Cleo Mayer for company. Clears it out, finds Steph Newmark. Newmark across the ice. Finding Lang. Lang entering the zone with McCaney firing and saved there by Michaela Pearce.
It's going to be very similar to the first period where there's just going to be shot after shot after shot and the rebound and all the pressure. And both goaltenders need to just hold on to everything they can and not let any rebounds out in front.
Lucy York will be taking the attacking zone face-off for the Sirens against Sarah Dash. Battle in the corner now, Ava Caruso. It will come back. Ice looking to clear it out there, left-hand side. Battle on the half wall. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Puck doesn't move very far. Dash with it now, just happy to use the backboards to try and clear it out the escape route. Tara Baker back into neutral ice. Good job there by the Sirens briefly. Ice, for the first time this afternoon, have gone offside.
So close as well. You can see them trying to generate something, trying to maintain possession, but with both teams being so aggressive and putting so much pressure on each other, there's been lots of pucks coughed up and passes not making it to their destination.
Line one up against line one. The shot fired from distance was wide. Payne clearing it up underneath the scoreboard. Ice in possession though. Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope with it's got Cochrane there. Anderson there. Anderson fires but was just wide. Was looking possibly for Christina Julian rather than the shot. Sirens clear it out of their defensive zone. Melbourne Ice just smashed it all the way back in. It will come back now for the Sirens, trying to clear it out there, right-hand side. Up sees that Anderson was there, tried to change direction. Thompson, Edney, cross-ice pass there for Brunt. Brunt mistimes it off the boards. Here's Anderson again, who's been dangerous for the Ice. Anderson back now for Davis-Tope, who was under a bit of pressure. Across the face of goal, elevated there, ballooned there by Anderson. Anderson against Brunt. It'll come back in past the Ice bench. Ice in good position though, clearing it out. D-to-D pass, clearing it out. Cochrane, Anderson. Anderson will come off for a change. It will come back for the Sirens now. Thompson on the half wall as Butler and Cochrane to deal with briefly. Arps, Nelson. 16.5 minutes remaining in the second period. St. Omar on the blue line. Tapped on there, Nelson. It'll come back now. Butler. Battle in the corner. Sam Payne. Godfrey. Sirens looking to clear it out. They do a good job clearing it out the left-hand side. Sirens on the attack. Desperation there by Raimondo. Centering pass. Couldn't quite find Brunt in the slot. And the Ice Sarah clear it out. And they're coming back now through Butler, who was dispossessed briefly. Here's Shana Godfrey now. Godfrey circling like she's looking for parking, looking for the back of the net and finds it. Shana Godfrey knows where to park the puck in the back of the net. The Shana Godfrey goodness show continues. Affectionately
known as the Apex Predator for good reason. In her 226 games now in the AWIHL, she is on 213 goals. And that is the exact reason why she knows how to put that puck in the back of the net. She is all-time leader in goals and points in the AWIHL.
And that was her 13th goal of the season. And that will come back. It's 1-1 now. Shana Godfrey with the latest goal for the Melbourne Ice. Back now, McConey battling. Sirens looking to clear it out of the defensive end. Good battle there, Newmark. It will come back now. Swerving through some traffic. Couldn't quite clear it. Sirens coming out of their defensive end. 1-1, 5 minutes of action. Almost gone in the second period. Dash. Left-hand side, dispossessed there by Cockrell. Julian trying to turn and spin, couldn't get a good shot on, was wide. Cleared out now by Newmark. Newmark clears it out, finds Lang. Lang against Raimondo. That will come back now. Ice looking to clear it out. Money pulling, had a hands full. Isabella Raimondo trying to find Julian. Does have some good support by Dash. Dash just happy to promote it in the zone before she'll come off for a change. Herring, left hand side. Funky bounce off the boards. Took the player by surprise there. Good opportunity again from Anderson. Just wasn't quite on target. Battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrive. Sirens trying to clear it out of the zone. Here's Anderson again. Anderson battle with Herring. Anderson getting the better of that one. Has Raimondo on the blue line. Does a good job of keeping it in. Finding Anderson again. Having support was just wide of Julian. Davis-Tope there. Desperation. Battle up against the boards. Davis-Tope again. Steph Newmark. Anderson out of the zone. Ice have to come back. Good pressure there by Kelsey Lang, but Anderson was waiting for it. Clears up. That could have been so dangerous. And on the attack, Christina Julian trying to squeeze through a gap. Washi held back. Couldn't get a good shot on St. Omar. Ice still in possession and in good position. Julian in some traffic. In the slot, Davis-Tope was wide. The puck's free. Davis-Tope trying to recover. Anderson fires, but was wide. McConey needs to clear it out urgently, but only found Julian. Davis-Tope again with it. Herring in a good battle. McConey comes and picks a pocket. Finds Caruso. Earns a round of applause or a clap at least. And that will come all the way back down. Cleared up by the Ice before it made it to Piers. Marnie Pullen again. Nice delivery. Couldn't quite connect cleanly with Shana Godfrey, the goal scorer for the last and only Melbourne Ice goal so far, underneath the scoreboard. Finds Butler. Butler behind the net. Godfrey in close. Nelson in the slot. Butler fires. Shana Godfrey tried to tap it in on the redirect. Wasn't that far off in the end. Battle up against the boards. Good work there by York. Butler there as well. Butler taking over briefly. And that will come back for Herrick. Herrick looks to clear it out. Finds Annika Schmitz on the half wall. Now out of the zone. Bit of breathing room, but the Ice will come back in defence. And that comes back to Piers, who helps with a save. Just helps to promote the puck. Pull a nice pass in behind the defence. Firing, but was wide. Couldn't quite get the direction on that one. Tara Yates. It was a good opportunity though. Sarah Edney clearing it out now for the Sirens. Going the aerial route. Back to centre ice we go. Money Pullen. It'll come back now for the Sirens in defence briefly. Back into neutral ice. Thompson with a bit of time and space against Cochrane. Leaves the puck behind. And Cochrane was in good position. Thompson initially, Sarah, outpaced her, but was able to clear up the puck instead. It'll come back now for Caruso. Caruso back there. He's got Thompson for company. Off the skates there of Edney. Cleared out. Just shoveled in by Steph Cochrane. It'll come back for Gabby Arps. Arps clears it out. Kept in the zone by the Ice. Finds Anderson. Anderson against Edney. This will be a good battle. Anderson fires. The puck's free. The puck's free. Backdoor opportunity for Sarah Dash. Couldn't quite convert. There was lots of space there. Here's Cochrane now from distance. Firing it in. Deflected wide. Ice still on the attack via Dash. Dash now. Backhanded shovel. Trying to find Anderson. Anderson against Edney. Edney in good position. Clears it out for the Sirens. Davis-Tope coming back into the action. Here's Sam Payne. 11 minutes remaining in the second period. Ice 1. Sirens 1. Anderson fires. A rebound was there, but it was wide of Davis-Tope. Davis-Tope recovering. Partial line change for the Ice. Centering pass. In some traffic. High and wide was Julian. Anderson again has been so busy at both ends of the Ice. Edney just needs to clear it out, and she does. Tapped on and cleared out by Brunt. That will come back. St. Omar gets Thompson. Thompson walks in, making the save, making the first save and making the second save. Piers comes down. Now she's back up. It was great effort, and we'll see that in a moment. The puck's still free. Sirens on the attack now. The Ice can clear it out. Ice clear it out. Finding Julian again. Just happy to dump it in. Sends it wide. Partial line change or full line change for the Ice. Sirens trying to take advantage down their right-hand side. St. Omar with it. It will come back now behind the net of Wellard and the Sirens. Good pressure by Danielle Butler. Butler gets the puck for the ice. Battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrived. Clearing it out, back in towards centre ice. It will come back down. Here's a foot race. St. Omar first to the puck. Second to the puck was Yates. Butler against Rowe. Butler now walks in. Butler fires. First time, second time. Wellard stood tall on both occasions. Sirens trying to clear it out. Long time in between whistles. It'll come back now for Steph Newmark. Newmark trying to squeeze through a gap that wasn't there. Ice looking to clear it out of the defensive end on the half wall. It will come back now. Stuck in the corner briefly. Cleo Mayer fires from distance. And good things happen when you shoot. And Cleo Mayer has done exactly that. I'm not sure. I'm not a goalie expert, so I'm not going to claim anything. Michaela Pears looked like she had it. Sarah, talk us through that bit. Did she have it?
She looked like she was just ever so slightly off her angle. We've just passed the halfway point in this game. There's been lots of battles, so much to talk about, but we're just going to talk about this goal right now. Cleo Mayer sees the gap, fires it through, a little bit of traffic in front of Michaela Pearce, but she has read the angle of that wrong, perhaps lined up to Cleo Mayer rather than the puck itself. The Sirens are now up 2-1.
Good things happen when you shoot, Cleo Mayer. And the traffic, I think, Sarah, was an important factor.
I think so too. You had a flash screen in front of you, you lose sight of it momentarily, and that's all you need to find a gap.
Steph Cochrane now with the puck briefly. Herring battle up against the boards. Cochrane coming in to lend a hand. Cochrane now looking to clear it out. Battle up against the boards at the cafe end. Melbourne Ice now looking to clear it out. And they do. It was a good tap on there by the ice. It'll come back now. Herring entering the zone for the Sirens. Trying to squeeze through a gap, but Cochrane was there waiting. Dash was being busy. Dash clears it out, uses the board, promotes the puck. It will come back now for the Sirens. 2-1 Sirens with 8:10 remaining in the second period. It comes back now for Annika Schmitz entering the zone now. Here Schmitz fires, but she got a lot of Dutton on the way through, so it pushed it off target. Battle up against the boards. Julian, that'll be a penalty coming, and the ice will be going to the power play.
As Gabby she finds herself towards the penalty box. No stranger to that this year just because of her physicality. Cleo Mayer, that was her first goal of the season.
Wow, and what a goal.
What a nice goal to score for her. But yes, Sirens are now on the penalty kill. They are somewhat aggressive on their kill as well. We know that Melbourne Ice, they are very successful on their power play. This is going to be a solid 2 minutes or less.
Melbourne Ice 14 from 59 on the power play, first in the league. And the Sirens on the penalty kill, fifth in the league. Davis Tope now looking to enter the zone on the right-hand side. Davis Tope has some support by Anderson heading towards the slot. Sarah Dash driving the net now. Top of the umbrella, St. Omar and Julian. Firing from distance. Wow, that's a reply. You score, I score. Power play goal for the Melbourne Ice. I don't think Wellard expected that one.
I don't think she did either. If you watch, it's a different setup that the Sirens have to Melbourne Ice on their penalty kill. Sirens just trying to block anything, any pass that comes through. But finds a gap, fires it on net. Naoka just mistimes it just right above the glove. Her glove was right there for it, ready to catch it. If she had stayed up, perhaps she could have had it. Maybe 5 centimeters to the left, maybe she could have it. But Melbourne Ice score on their power play.
But what a snipe from Emily Davis Tope, though.
It was a nice night. We'll give her that.
Battle up against the boards. It's 2-2. A few seconds ago it was 1-2. Then it was 2-1 Sirens. Now it's 2-2. Thanks to a power play goal for the Ice. And we did mention that the Ice power play was deadly and first in the league, and they weren't on the power play for that long. Butler now fires, but sprays it wide. Ice staying down here now. And that'll be saved by Wellard. I thought that she'd done enough to cover up, but the puck came free. Cleared out of the zone now by Steph Newmark. It will come back now, Christine Cockrell. Battle up against the boards. It will come back now for McConey under the scoreboard. Shots on have certainly accelerated. 19 to the Ice, 14 to the Sirens. St. Omar battling with Mayer. Butler, cross ice pass, Raimondo, Julian, briefly. It will come back for the Sirens now. Cleo Mayer, scorer of the last Sirens goal. Here's Anderson. Anderson now enters the zone. Anderson gets around Cockrell, centering pass, couldn't connect with anybody in the front. Butler was there and thereabouts. St. Omar does well to keep it in the zone for the Ice. Here's Anderson. Anderson, Julian, centering pass. McConey was in the slot waiting for it. Raimondo fires from distance but was wide. Julian, Sirens clear it out back into neutral ice. Raimondo, Cockrell. 6 minutes remaining in the period. David St. Omar on the blue line was wide, possibly looking for Anderson. Anderson with the puck now. Anderson behind the net. Raimondo does well to keep it in the zone. Promoting the puck. Back now for Anderson. St. Omar top of the umbrella. Anderson walking herself, firing, and a good save there. Davis Tope was there and thereabouts, but not close enough.
And an important save for Willard as well on the back of the goal to tie up the game. There's been lots of opportunities again. Melbourne Ice just treating this somewhat like a power play, even though it's not. It is 5-on-5 hockey, but they've been dominating for the last couple of minutes. Attacking
zone face-off for the Ice. Dash there. There's a battle. Sirens look to clear it out their right-hand side. Gabby Arps back in the action after her possibly briefest stint ever in the penalty box. It'll come back now for Arps. Arps has options left and right. Goes to the left. Finds Steph Cochran, who was under pressure from Thompson, who again was under pressure from Arps. Bit of a, I don't know what you'd call that, mutual hooking. Back now for Payne. Nelson. Mayer. Payne. It'll come back now. Dutton looks to clear it out for the Ice. Back to centre ice. Partial line change for the Ice. Thompson on the blue line. Just happy to dump it in and come off for a change herself. Dutton looks to clear it out. Finds Nelson up against Brunt. Centering. Ice were there, luckily. Ice on the attack again. Here comes Godfrey entering the zone. Backhanded shovel was wide. Payne. Butler. Butler in traffic. Butler in traffic. Godfrey recovering. Centering. Brunt was sweating on that pass to Butler. From distance, Davis Tope just happy to clear it in the zone. Bellamar up against Yates. Reinforcements arrive from the Ice. Shana Godfrey roofs it, delivers the mail, top shelf. Express delivery in the slot there. You do not leave Shana Godfrey unattended like that.
No, but there was a partial line change as well in the defensive end where Ebony Brunt came off the ice. She had been out there for a while. Maybe that's all it took when you've only got 4 black jerseys in your defensive zone and there's 5 white jerseys and you leave Shana Godfrey like that unmarked. She is going to make you pay for it. The Melbourne Ice now take the lead 3-2.
4:06 remaining in the second period. Ice 3-2. Shots on, favouring the Ice 22-14. Bellamar, Anderson. Bellamar will be going to the penalty box for that one, and the Ice will be heading back to the power play. Michaela appears it made it back to the first blue line.
Well, she got there and then just taking her casual time, heading back to her net. Melbourne Ice, very effective on their power play. Even Noka Weller just taking a little breath there. But you can see the Sirens, they can't really afford to find themselves in the penalty box because of how dangerous Melbourne Ice's power play is. I'd like to see the Sirens be a little bit more aggressive and add more pressure.
3:57 on the big clock, minute 58 on the small clock. The Melbourne Ice second power play of the afternoon commences. Davis Tope now has some support. St. Omar, Julian, centering, but it was well cleared out by Cleo Mayer. St. Omar has some support. Here's Anderson. Anderson crosses the blue line now. Anderson with wheels. Up against Mayer. Anderson again. St. Omar, top of the umbrella. Fires in the slot there looking for Dash, but off some skates. Anderson now right-hand side. Back for St. Omar. Minute 20 of the Ice power play remaining. Anderson right-hand circle. Julian firing. Desperation there from Kelsey Lang. Back up. Anderson again fires. Anderson against Edney. 1 minute of the ice power play remaining. Cross ice pass Anamar, top the umbrella. Give and go Davis Tope firing the puck. Bobbles. Julian takes an air swing. Recovers. Julian. St. Amar firing in traffic. Anderson was there and thereabouts. Couldn't quite connect in the back of the net. 40 seconds of the power play remaining. Davis Tope. St. Amar. St. Omar firing. Tapped on there by Dash. Sirens need to clear it out. McConey can't clear it out. Mayer up against the boards against Dash. Eating valuable seconds, 25 seconds of the ice power play. And Sirens finally get it out of their defensive zone. Line change for the ice. Partial line change for the Sirens. 10 seconds of power play remaining. Ice look to clear it out. It will come back for Kelsey Lang. Lang clears it out. Some soccer skills on display by Steph Cochran. Out of the zone. Penalty killed by the Sirens. Butler was wide, but Sarah, the Ice were applying all the pressure in that penalty.
They are indeed, and the Sirens just keep on going. They are not backing down.
Mayer, Bellamar over. Straight out of the penalty boxes, straight into the action. Battle up against the boards near the Sirens bench. Godfrey getting the better of that puck. Godfrey against Marr. Cleared out into towards neutral ice. Arps coming back. Here's Butler. Butler, good work. Arps, rebound. Godfrey. Godfrey almost got the hat-trick there, but it was a good save. Offside there by Wellard.
There's been lots of good opportunities for both teams. In this last one, there she is just looking for the pass. Arps trying to cut the pass. Godfrey gets a shot. Not one of her strongest shots, but enough for Nurk to stretch out her glove to make that save.
Attacking zone face-off. Davis Tope against McConey. Attacking zone face-off for the Ice. Julian in some traffic, and that'll go through, and that'll be held there by Wellard. 1:09 remaining in the second period. Ice 3-1.
Enough to do all that all over again. Rinse and repeat. Sirens will be looking to just kill as much time as they can with 1:09 remaining.
Davis Tope wins that one. Julian fires, but was well and truly off target. Ramundo battling against Newmark. Newmark should be able to clear it out for the Sirens. Here's Lang with a bit of time and space, but the time and space continue and close there. St. Omar there. Newmark in traffic, cleared out by Anderson. Newmark again. Christina Julian with it. Up against McConey. Julian, we know she's got speed. We know she's got talent. She's found Anderson. Anderson fires well up there, waiting on the right-hand post. Davis Tope with a follow-up with 33 seconds remaining in the period.
Naoka Wellard is very dialed in. She's got good eyes on the puck, but she's also aware of where the rebounds are going. So excellent rebound control from her. Looking at all her opportunities, head on a swivel, able to get to the rebound in that case. And Sirens defenders, well done in preventing EDT from getting another shot.
Attacking zone face-off, one there by the Ice. Sirens need to clear it out. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Herring, battle up against the boards. Reinforcements from both teams arriving. Sirens need to clear it out. In the slot there, here's Dash. Dash firing. Sent wide. Ice do a good job of keeping it in via Dutton. 10 seconds remaining in the period. York just needs to clear it out for the Sirens on their left-hand side, and they do exactly that. It'll come back for Cochran, the captain of the Ice, former captain of the Sirens and current captain of the Australian women's national team. She'll just hold the puck for the end of the period, and a very entertaining second period in the book. Sarah, Melbourne Ice 3, Sydney Sirens 2.
Indeed, 4 goals in that period. The first one coming from Sharna Godfrey special to tie it up. Responded by Cleo Mayer. Beautiful one from the point. Just finds a gap just over Michaela Pierce's shoulder. Responded very quickly in a power play by Emily Davis-Tope. And then Godfrey again to take the lead 3-2 as we head into the second intermission.
So a fantastic period of hockey. A seesawing battle as we expect from these long-time rivals.
And just very competitive. Both goaltenders doing a fantastic job. Forwards on both ends, just as soon as they get the puck, they're looking for opportunities. Defense on both ends, just trying to shut down everything that they can. Quality hockey from both teams.
So what a game we've seen so far. 2 periods down, 1 period to go. We'll be back with all the action in about 10 minutes' time. At the end of the second period, Melbourne Ice have the lead 3, Sydney Sirens 2. Back soon. Welcome back to Erina Ice Arena. Third period, about a minute away. The Melbourne Ice 3 are leading the Sydney Sirens 2. Let's have a look at the head-to-head stats, Sarah, for the last period.
Yeah, interesting second period with a whole lot of action. 4 goals scored. 3 goals to Melbourne Ice and 1 to the Sirens. Melbourne now leading 3-1. Shots favoring Melbourne Ice 29-14. We will skip the goalie stats. 2 penalties in that period to the Sirens. The first 2 were to the Melbourne Ice in the first period. And power play, successful for both at 50% each.
Absolutely. Both teams have got good power plays. Melbourne Ice first in the league, Sirens second in the league. Let's have a look at what is happening coming up, because we know the times ahead for the Sydney Sirens, who are in 4th at the moment, battling for 5th position with Adelaide. They play the Melbourne Ice tomorrow here at Erina, tomorrow afternoon. So if you're in Sydney, Central Coast, Newcastle, get down. It'll be the last time that you can see the AWIHL live in New South Wales before the finals. And then the Sirens get a weekend off. Then they play the Adelaide Rush in Adelaide. Is that 4th position, 5th position still going to be open? We'll wait and see. Let's have a look at the Melbourne Ice, what they've got coming up ahead. They're in a battle between themselves, the Brisbane Lightning and the Perth Inferno. Sydney Sirens tomorrow afternoon, and then the weekend after, next weekend, they go to Perth and play the Perth Inferno in Perth.
It's going to be an exciting couple of rounds. So obviously tomorrow, these 2 teams, Sirens versus Melbourne, battle it out the last time that they see each other in regulation season. And then, yes, just a couple more games to go. It's all getting very tight and competitive, and it is wonderful to see.
And of course, you can get tickets for finals in Melbourne coming up very, very soon. This AWIHL season, Sarah, has flown by.
It absolutely has, and it's been exciting. It's been competitive. The team's somewhat evenly balanced out. Don't let the points convince you otherwise. There's been, a few upsets here and there, but there's also been a few exciting wins to teams, injuries affecting some of the rosters as well, and things like that, the things that normally happen during a season. Certainly the top 3 are battling out with only 2 points separating 1 and 3. And yes, the race to secure 4th spot. And even the Ducks, they've had a good season. They
have indeed. Now the battle for 4th and 5th is going to be interesting, because at the moment the Sirens are in the box seat for that 4th position. Haven't made finals for the last couple of years. It's the first year of a new coaching regime with the Sirens, so their first task would obviously be to make finals.
There's been obviously changes with the Sirens. Certainly about 3 years ago, half the team retired or moved on or did something, and a lot of veterans were no longer with the Sirens. So they were definitely in a rebuilding stage, and it was a tough year for them. They are still somewhat rebuilding. There are young players on the team now, but things starting to click this year. Certainly having the experience, the OG Sirens of head coach Annalie Quisler and Mel Matheson and Kaylee Russell with that unit guiding these players is certainly making a difference. The girls that know how to get the job done.
And there's plenty of people on the Melbourne Ice who know how to get the job done as well. Emily Davis-Tope, Sarah Edney at the face-off, and we'll do that one again.
Some players just creeping in ever so slightly before they should.
So we're just going to wind the clock back, are we? Yes, we are. We're going to put that 1 second back on the clock. And we're underway again. Australian Women's Ice Hockey League action. Thompson now with the puck. Got the first goal for the Sirens, fires and was not far off target. Christina Julian trying to clear it out for the Ice. Does a good job of clearing it out. Finding Carmen Anderson. Anderson enters the zone on the right-hand side. Fires and a good save, and it needed to be. Anderson has certainly been putting in a lot of work and has kept Wellard very, very busy.
Same as the first period, same as the second period. Both teams coming up strong, trying to get an early shot underway. This one from Carmen Anderson, first shot of the period for Melbourne Ice, and a nice, easy glove save from Naoka Wellard.
Davis-Tope and McConey at the face-off. Anderson with the puck now again. Anderson trying to fire. Davis-Tope. Julian fires. Good opportunity there for the Ice. Ice still applying pressure. Anderson centering. Davis-Tope couldn't connect. Newmark trying to clear it out of the zone. Raimondo does a good job of keeping it in the zone for the Ice. Christina Julian with it now. Driving the net. Attacking the net. Can't get a shot on. St. Amar with it. Just settles the puck down. Left-hand side, Julian. Soccer skills, we know that. She's a Canadian Olympian in soccer. Football, we know that. We know she's got soccer skills. We know she's got hockey skills. Now an Australian resident, part of the Australian women's national team. All the way back down. Danielle Butler with it now. Finds Raimondo. Raimondo left-hand side, almost out of play at the penalty box. Craig Air needed the duck. Entering the zone now. Sirens on the attack. Tacking on the doorstep was Lang. Good pressure there for the Sirens. Out. Lang takes it out of the zone. Comes back. Herink with it now. Herink centering pass that was tapped on. Godfrey was in the way of that one. Godfrey now entering the zone up against Lang. Lang's skates were there and that was enough. Lang battling with Godfrey. Battle up against the boards. Mark comes in. Picks the pocket. Clears it out. All the way back down. And that should come back for icing. I don't think they cared at that stage, the Sirens. It was a great battle, Lang versus Godfrey on the boards over there.
Indeed it was, and it's going to just keep, the physicality of this game has been up high, and it's going to just keep doing more. This nice little play by Lang and McConey, and Steph Newmark just there holding that triangle, trying to get shots away. Could have been a good opportunity for them to score.
Attacking zone face-off. It was good work there, Dash. Herink. Sirens at their defensive end. McConey's got a bit of time and space right-hand side. Uses the right-hand boards. Clears it out. Back towards neutral ice. Pullen. That'll come back now. And that'll come back for icing against the Ice.
And the Sirens get their line change that they were looking for earlier. Melbourne Ice stay as they are. Catch their breath. And more battles coming.
Very much the third line on for the Melbourne Ice at the moment, with the possible exception of Sarah Dash. Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Ice looking to clear it out their right-hand side. And they do. Tapped on there. Mayer. There. Sirens now looking to enter the zone, but Dash is there. Uses the boards, clears it out. Giving her teammates an opportunity to change, but they won't have a chance to change because it'll be icing again.
Another chance to catch their breath, rinse, repeat, try again. Third time lucky, perhaps.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens, and they'll have a line change. The Sirens' first line will come on against the third line of the Ice. The Ice really need to get this line off the ice. Attacking zone face-off for the Sirens. Edney will take it. Battle up against the boards. Thompson battling. Reinforcements arrive. Marnie Pullen. Brunt battling in the corner. Pullen centering, clearing it out. This may give the Ice an opportunity to change now. Here come the Ice changing. And they certainly needed to. Here's Ebony Brunt. Nice pass for Edney. Edney enters the zone now. Has some pressure up against Anderson. Centering pass. Brunt was there and thereabouts, but it only went to white jerseys, not the black ones. Anderson deserves a goal with the effort she's put in so far. Centering pass. EDT couldn't put the pressure on because she was being pressured by Gabby Arps. Ice firing from distance. Good save there by Wellard. Arps looks to clear it out. Thompson, St. Omar. Puck still free. Ice on the attack. Intended for Davis Tope, but she'd moved. Cleared out of danger by the Sirens. Thompson, left-hand side, entering the zone. Pressured there by Raimondo. It'll come back now for Anderson. Anderson, St. Omar looks to clear it out. Battle up against the boards with Newmark. Thompson comes in to lend a hand. Centering pass in traffic. It was good work by Emily Davis-Tope amongst others. Raimondo was in there up against Newmark. And that will come back now. Raimondo falls by herself. Lang, St. Omar, centering. Mayer with a shot. There was a rebound, but it was well cleared out by Raimondo. Ice counter attack via Julian. Julian winds up fire, selects power drive. Big rebound. Anderson there. It's trying to take advantage up against the boards. Christina Julian. Anderson, left-hand side. Has some pressure there. Gregorianis. Julian. Now Anderson. Anderson pressured, right-hand circle. With good pressure there by McCaney. In some traffic, Sirens need to clear it out. Lang drives it across the face of goal. Looks to clear it out. First pressure there by Julian, and was a good battle. Won there by Christina Julian. Marnie Pullen now. Driving the net. Good work, Cockrell. McConey. Godfrey. McConey's got a bit of time and space now. Just happy to try and dump it in. Newmark was there and thereabouts. Glove down to herself by Butler. Butler gets around one. Butler trying to get around a second. The puck was free in the slot. Melbourne Ice couldn't connect. They had a couple of players in the immediate vicinity. And that will come back cleared out. Clear Mayer briefly. Looking to fully clear it out is Caruso, and does. Sirens change. 5 minutes gone in the third period. Ice 3-2. Ice left-hand side. Left-hand side now entering the zone. It was good pressure there. Up against the boards. Herrick clears it out for the Sirens. Annika Schmitz centering pass, but only finds Godfrey. Godfrey now has some support from Butler. Gets around York. Crosses the first line, crosses the second and the third line. But the Sirens there looking to clear up. Bella Mars the next obstacle. York comes in to lend a hand. Butler has dash in the slot. Butler pressured. Butler still trying to get some space. Still manages to get a shot on. A big save and a big thud of the pads there of Wellard. As the Sirens look to clear it out, and they do. Entering the zone now. It's good work. Good work there by York. Battle up against the board near the scoreboard. Kept in the zone by the Sirens. Trapped there by Dutton. Right underneath the scoreboard. Brunt comes in. Dash should be able to clear it out. The right-hand side for the Ice. It does. The pass was just a bit too long and a bit too hard for Nelson, and that will come back for icing.
The Sirens continue to battle. It's nice to see that third line still getting a run as well. And same for Melbourne Ice. Neither teams have shortened down to two lines. At this stage, it's still good battles going on between both sides.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Sirens. 13-15 remaining. Thompson wins the face-off. Gabby Arps with it now. Trying to fire, but only found Dash. Dash looking to clear it out. Doesn't have a lot of option in front, but goes behind. Clears it out now. Finds Nelson. Nelson, nice pass there for Dash. Nelson recovering, trying to squeeze through gaps. The gaps closed. Edney was there for the Sirens waiting. Here's Thompson off some skates. Favourable bounce. Back for Edney. Here's another chance. Thompson, the 5-hole closed. You could see where Thompson was going, but Pearce was there. Ice trying to clear it out of their zone. Here's Thompson now. Thompson for the Sirens. Fires, and a good save there by Pearce. Lots of pressure at this end now.
Lots of pressure. I've said it before. I will keep saying it. I am loving the Thompson, Edney, and Brunt combination. in both plays, just finding those passing options where the players are. A brilliant save from Michaela Pearce on that one. And then again, Guttormson just tries to across, takes the shot. Michaela Pearce just saves that one.
Back now, Sirens on the attack. Raimondo, St. Amar with it, trying to clear it out. Good work there by Lang. St. Amar recovering as Lang had fallen out of the zone. Cleo Mayer, who scored herself a beautiful goal. I wonder how many times that goal will be replayed in the Mayer household. Kept in the zone just by Raimondo. Still in the zone for the Ice. Here's Julian. Julian fires, and Christina Julian dispatches and makes it 4-2 to the Melbourne Ice. She knew where she wanted to go. We know she's got a powerful shot. We know she's a sniper. Melbourne Ice extend the lead.
If history tells you anything, it's that you do not leave an athlete like Christine Julian on her own. She manages to get control of that puck and just sneaks her way through, finds her target, and then just puts it in that corner over Nicolella to stretch the lead to now 4-2 in favour of Melbourne Ice.
12:03 remaining. Sirens down by 2. Ice now looking to extend their lead further. It'll come back now for Edney. Edney for the Sirens. Tries to get past one but can't. Cleared out. Thompson behind the net on the attack. Pressured there by Godfrey amongst others. Gabby Arps. Arps under pressure. There's a penalty coming and the Sirens will go to the power play. Captain obvious trip there in front of our referee Nick Eyre. And the Sirens to the power play.
The Sirens were effective on their first power play of this game. Not so effective on their second one. They will be coming all guns blazing, especially when Danielle Butler finds herself in the penalty box. The Sirens, as we've said before, power play 1, they're going to be out there for the majority of the time, but Melbourne Ice will be just as aggressive.
Attacking zone face-off and start of the power play for the Sirens. Battle up against the boards and there's another penalty coming, this time in favour of the Ice. It will come back, the Sirens will touch up and we'll have a minute 48, a 4-on-4.
Number 15 versus number 15 pinned up against the boards on that one. Steph Newmark, who is one of the key players creating chaos in front of the net on a power play, now finds herself in the penalty box. So we will see the teams on 4-on-4. Melbourne Ice making a slight change to the numbers that they want out there. Who do they want? They're taking too long. Referee Nick Eyre doesn't like that, telling them to send your 4 out. So they've had a bit of a change up. Sirens keep 4 of their usual power play 1 out there.
Julian against McConey. Attacking zone face-off and start of 4-on-4. Attacking zone face-off for the Ice. Edney clears it out. Here's Thompson now. Thompson against St. Omar. Thompson has some support coming through. Fires high. She was there, Pearce. Ice on the counter attack. Here's Godfrey on the right hand side, entering the zone, centering past Julian. But it was good work in defence there via Edney. Here's McConey now, has got Edney for company. Here's Edney pressured. Julian, there's another penalty coming. St. Omar.
There's some
Hawking the call. Penalty box door will be opening.
good battles going on. It's Julian that will find herself in the penalty box.
So
as we watch this one, McConey grabs the puck. Edney cutting through the middle. Pass to her. And Christine Julian just going with all her effort. Taking out her own goalie along the way.
So the Sirens back on the power play now for the next minute 19 with the player advantage. Ice look to clear it out. Here's Kelsey Lang. Lang walks the blue line. Left hand side for Thompson. Thompson across the face of goal. Lang has to struggle to get it in. There was a good battle there. Lang and also Anderson there. Big battle in front of the Ice bench. Coming back now. Lots of individual battles. Davis Tope there. Up against 2 Sirens players and comes down. 48 seconds before Danielle Butler can come back. Here's McConey centering for Thompson. Here's Edney. Edney fires. Edney scores. Power play goal for the Sirens. If Thompson doesn't score, Edney must.
just off the camera angle, Steph Cochran just giving Michaela Pearce a little hug, letting her know there's not a lot that she could have done about that. Essentially, you had a 3-on-1 on that play. Sarah Edney finds the puck. It comes to her. She takes a shot on net, just goes straight through.
So as a result of that goal, power play goal to the Sirens, it'll be now back to 4-on-4 for the next 49 seconds. Sirens now looking to attack via Sam Payne. 4-3 now to the ice. Payne driving the net. Payne pressured. Ice have it now, entering the zone and firing, and what looked to be an easy save initially. Marnie Pullen driving the net, and she was looking for a little bit of a rebound, and it did bobble and come out. Gave her some encouragement to continue.
She did the right thing, but Gabby Arps stood up in her face. Do not touch my goalie. Do not spray my goalie, as every defense should do. An opportunity for Melbourne Ice to stretch their lead as she was just cutting through. Naoka Wellard makes the save, sees the puck for the rebound, jumps on it, but yes, makes a good save. No more shots there.
4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds before Newmark can come back for the Sirens. Davis Tope in some traffic in the slot, just manages to clear it out. She was getting pressured there by the Sirens. Arps, Payne. Payne looks to clear it out but finds Anderson. Anderson in traffic. Sirens are there. The puck was free. Another penalty coming. This time for the Ice. Firing, the Sirens will touch up. So the penalty box door will be opening again for the Sirens. They were about to get Steph Newmark back in 4 seconds.
But it's Gabby Arps who finds herself heading towards the penalty box for a hooking call. We'll see on the replay just here, right in front of the slot. There you go.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for the Melbourne Ice. The Sirens get Steph Newmark back in 4 seconds. Butler wins the face-off. Sirens just need to clear it out of there, and they do. Newmark can come back onto the ice. So back to 4-on-4 again. Marnie Pullen clears it out. Finds Katormson on the half wall. Katormson against Davis Tope. Centering pass finds Edney. Edney, Lang. Lang sent it into Sunday, not Saturday. That was a bit wide. Lang recovering though. Kept in the zone. Newmark back now for Edney. 10 seconds of 4-on-4. And another goal. Katormson in front. And we're all tied.
Hang that one in your art gallery. What a beautiful play and read. Girls keeping their heads up, looking for that opportunity. A beautiful short-handed goal for the Sirens. Edney looked for Katormson there. Kelsey Lang missed a shot before, but this one they were able to connect. Edney to Katormson right past Michaela Pearce. No Melbourne Ice player watching that one.
9:08 remaining in the third and final period. It's 4-all. The Ice will get Christina Julian back in about 4 seconds. Lang now looks to clear it out. It will come up against the ball. It's cleared out balloon. It'll come back for Raimondo. Julian back onto the ice now. Abbreviated power play now for the Ice. Gabby Arp still has a minute 15 of alone time in the box. Sirens penalty kill now. Ice power play. Anderson pressured 2-on-1. Sirens do a good job of clearing it out. 65 seconds of the Arps penalty remaining against the Sirens. Santa Mar has Davis Tope for company. Santa Mar behind her own net. Right hand side finds Dash. Good work there by McCarney up against the boards, eating valuable seconds. Cleared out. Here's Edney. Julian looked like she was in a bit of a pain as she was clearing that puck. Edney driving on the right hand side. Edney fires, and a good save there by Pearce.
The battles continue, the shots continue, the saves and the goals also continue. There's still 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in this game. It is 4-on-4. Both teams are going to be fighting.
No, we've got an abbreviated power play for the Sirens. Up still in the box for 40 seconds. Back now Payne. Sirens want to keep it down here. Ice clear it out. We'll come back for Cleo Mayer. Mayer, the puck balloons almost onto the Melbourne Ice bench. Ice still a good job of clearing it up via Butler. Butler with Godfrey on the right-hand side. Goes herself Butler. Just doing laps, looking for parking and was wide. Finds Godfrey on the right-hand side. Godfrey trying to centre. Under pressure. It was good work there by Payne. Payne doing heaps of work in that corner. Godfrey up against York. Reinforcements arrive. Power play over. Back to 5-on-5. Sirens kill that part of the penalty. And that will come all the way back down for icing, and Sirens can't change.
So close. They were looking for that change. Just couldn't get there quite in enough time. But Gabby Arps is back on the ice. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. The shot count favoring Melbourne Ice, 36-24 for the Sirens. Highly intense game.
Brunt up against Emily Davis-Tope. Attacking zone face-off for the Ice to the right-hand side of Wellard. Sirens trying to clear it out of their defensive zone. Ice want to stay down here. Anderson Davis-Tope, but Davis-Tope was wide. Sirens now should be able to clear it out. Kept in the zone by Raimondo. Now Sirens clear it out. Back in towards neutral ice. Raimondo again. Payne. Julian. Raimondo, nice centering pass. But McConey was there. Brunt was there. Opportunity now for Anderson. Anderson centering out of the zone. So the Ice will have to retreat. Back in the neutral ice. Ups looking to come off for a change. Raimondo, Sirens changing. Here's Julian now. Julian firing, but was wide. Big rebound off the backboards. Lang clears it out. And that'll come almost all the way out of the zone. Kept in the zone by the Ice. Ice on the attack now, left-hand side. Anderson driving the net. Puck goes high and wide of the net. Up against the boards. Anderson with it now. Centering, Marnie Pullen. In front, Danielle Butler digging. Butler looking for the wraparound, and she was so close getting it past Wellard on the left-hand side from Wellard's point of view. Ice now. Marnie Pullen. First obstacle, McConey. Happy to dump it in. Here's an opportunity for Sirens. Left-hand side. Steph Newmark now. Battle against Nelson. Newmark coming in. Has length for support. Cleared out of the zone by the Ice. Good work, Nelson. Counter-attack opportunity for the Ice on the left-hand side. Here's Godfrey. Cockrell there. Cockrell gets the better of that one. Ice through Butler. Butler in traffic. We know she likes high traffic. Trying to squeeze through a gap, but it was good work by the Sirens. Here's Nelson. Big fire, big opportunity. First by Godfrey, then by Butler. Sirens looking to clear it out of immediate danger. That must have hurt. The penalty box door will be opening for that one. An unfortunate collision near the Sirens bench. The player is getting up.
There was a loud thump to it. It looks like it is Kelsey Lang. Just stayed on the ice just a little bit more. But she is back up on her feet and heading to the bench. And that is Danielle Butler.
Danielle Butler to the penalty box.
To the penalty box. We'll just watch it here on the replay. Just a hard collision right there. And hit her. Looks like she hit her head into the boards.
Boarding the call.
She might be just taking a little bit of a break. Kelsey Lang is usually out on the power play. Samantha Payne, the Payne train, is out there taking her spot.
5:15 on the big clock, 2 minutes on the small clock. Sirens power play. It's all tied at 4. They did split the series in Melbourne earlier on in the season. Battle up against the boards. Marnie Pullen battling. Thompson there. Newmark there. Thompson with it now. Thompson behind the net. Has Payne at the top of the umbrella. McConey in close. Back now for Newmark. Edney on the blue line. There's Edney now. Back now, D to D pass for Payne. Payne fires from distance. McConey there. And the Ice are there, St. Omar. Back now for Dash. Dash just happy to dump it in. No icing on the penalty kill. It will come back now for Payne. Payne will have to put her skates on, and she has. Up against Dash. Right-hand side now. Minute 25 of the Sirens power play remaining. Thompson enters the zone now. Thompson stops, props. He is laying back on the ice. Thompson, top of the umbrella. In the slot, backhanded shovel was wide from Lang. Newmark, Lang, minute 5 of the power play remaining. Edney, top of the umbrella. Thompson, right-hand side, back for Edney. Edney fires in traffic. The puck's free, the puck's free, the puck's free, the puck's in the back of the net. It just made it over the line in the end. It was so close to stopping short. Just did enough to get over the line. Sirens take the lead on the power play.
We're going to get a nice replay view of that one. The angle that we were seeing at just ever so slowly trickling in. There's that loose puck. It just looks it. Nick Eyre, the referee, he was there. He could see it. The player closed their hand on top of it. Automatic goal. Sirens retake the lead 5-4.
Wow, and the last person from a Sirens point of view to touch that was McConey. So that will be McConey's 5th goal of the season, and what a time. We've just on 4 minutes to play. McConey breaks the deadlock. And that'll come back for Godfrey. Back now for Sam Payne. Entering the zone, just happy to dump it in the Sirens. 3:45 remaining now. Thompson tried to glove it down to herself. Here's Godfrey, left-hand side. Ice on the attack. Good work there by the Sirens to stop that attack. Here comes Edney now. Edney enters the zone. Winds up, selects power drive, but was wide. Just kept in the zone by Lang. Lang fires. Edney's there, digging. Close call on the left-hand post for the ice.
There's a couple of opportunities. One from Sarah Edney just going wide, but kept in the zone for another opportunity. Edney's there in front, trying to just hack at the puck as best as she can. Eventually the whistle blows. And then the white jerseys do not take a liking to that many black jerseys being in front.
Back now firing from distance, and a great save from Piers.
You can see how much pressure the Sirens are going to continue putting on Melbourne ice. 3 minutes 20 left in this game.
Davis Tope up against McConey at the face-off. St. Amar now looks to clear it out for the ice. Finds Anderson. Anderson right-hand side. Nice pass for Davis Tope. Davis Tope enters the zone. Pressured there by Rowe. Davis Tope tries to get a shot on but can't. Sirens look to clear it out their left-hand side. Battle up against the board. St. Amar with it briefly. It'll come back now for Anderson. Anderson for Ramundo near the ice bench. Leaving it for Julian. Partial line change for the Sirens. Julian going straight down the middle. Going wide now. Centering pass. Connecting there with Davis Tope. The puck's free in the slot. Somebody's lost their stick briefly. But now we'll come back for Marnie Pullen. 2:35 remaining. Christina Julian firing, trying to find Anderson in the slot, but Rowe was there. Sirens just need to clear it out of the zone. St. Amar keeps it in the zone for the ice. Now cleared out by Rowe. It will come all the way back down. Line change for the ice. Danielle Butler entering the zone. Right-hand side. Centering but off the skates of Newmark on the way through. Edney trying to clear it out with the help of Newmark. Now it's left for Rowe. Rowe promotes it. Trying to find Thompson. Thompson overskated the puck. Battle up against the boards. Mayer in good position. Now for Rowe. Rowe behind the net with 2 minutes exactly remaining. The Sirens are up by a goal. Let's have a look. The ice on the attack though. It was past the stick. Godfrey couldn't connect, and that'll come all the way back down. Here's a one-on-one situation. Edney fires. Couldn't get a clean shot on, and Piers was waiting on her left-hand post. Edney now. 99 seconds remaining. Sirens up by a goal. Centering. Godfrey. Pressured there by Brunt. It's in. Thompson. Is that the nail? Hang on. There's an arm in the air as well. So we'll wait and see.
I think you'll find that it was a Melbourne Ice player. The puck came off their skate that went in, and immediately Sirens player was pushed to the ground. We'll see it on the replay here.
There's a Sirens player heading to the penalty box.
And then because Gatorms was put on her back, Gabby Arps comes in to push that player, the Melbourne Ice player, down who hit Gatorms and who stayed on the ice. So a goal to the Sirens. Gabby Arps in the penalty box, which finds Melbourne Ice on the power play for 1 minute 29 left in this game. And the teams have called a timeout to see what are they going to do with the remainder of this game.
Wowee.
Wowee indeed. This also gives both teams a chance to just catch their breath and put their strongest players out there. We know that they can sustain a minute 29. Normally it would be less than that, but you know that these players, your top lines, can sustain that, so why not keep them there?
So from the face-off, Sarah, do Melbourne Ice pull Michaela Pearce?
I would say it would be a risky move, especially when you have Guttormson, Edney, Lang, possibly, let's see who they will get out there, but all of those girls can hit the net from their own zone. It's not a risk I would be taking, but given that there was a goal and there was a penalty, it will be a face-off at centre ice. So if Melbourne Ice gain possession of the puck and enter the Siren zone, Michaela may be pulled, but it would be a risky move to take.
Minute 29 remaining. Ice on the power play. St. Omar back for Anderson. Anderson with it now. Anderson entering the zone. Left-hand side. Dispossessed there by Herring. Michaela Pearce coming off for the extra attacker. Empty net. Empty net Ice. Firing from distance but wide. No icing. St. Omar 6-4 to the Sirens, but the Ice won't die wondering. Davis Tope. St. Omar back for Anderson. Anderson under 1 minute remaining now. Centering pass. Ice on full attack. Here's Julian getting around 191 on 91. There's another penalty coming. Ning the call. Penalty box door will be opening with 44.6 seconds remaining.
But what an opportunity that Melbourne Ice have right now. They can have a 6-on-3 set up here, which is going to be so hard for the Sirens to defend against. But they have Cleo Mayer out there, they have Shelby Guttormson, and they have Sarah Edney there, who are going to do their hardest to break up the passing and to just put that puck in the empty net at the other end.
Maximum attack for the Ice. 44.6 seconds remaining. Two Sirens in the penalty box. Arps and also Lang taking his own face off Ice. One there by Julian. Back now for Anderson. Firing from distance but wide with the Ice. Ice still in possession on the right-hand side. Julian again. Cross-ice pass for Godfrey. Godfrey hasn't got time to wait. Back now for Julian. The Sirens just do enough just to clear it out of the zone via Thompson. It will come back for pulling. 20 seconds remaining. Ice looking to counter-attack. Cleo Mayer. Ice still with it. Ice on the attack. It was wide. 14 seconds remaining. Julian working down low. Anderson. Sirens just need to clear the zone. Sirens clear the zone. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And the Sirens have come back and they have an exclamation point on this game with the 6-4 win against the defending champions, the Melbourne Ice.
A crucial 3 points to the Sirens that needed to stretch their lead ahead of Adelaide Rush. Melbourne Ice fighting for everything, definitely outshot. 39 shots to the Sirens, 29. Sirens threw everything at them. Melbourne Ice threw everything at the Sirens. Both goaltenders standing on their head. Some beautiful plays out there, but at the end, the 6-on-3 was not quite enough for Melbourne Ice to even tie up the game. What a game to watch.
What a game to watch. Semi-final atmosphere here at Erina Ice Arena. What a game all round.
Just brilliant. I mean, these teams, when Sirens went down to Melbourne, they split the weekend as well. For sure, Melbourne's going to be coming out firing tomorrow to try and return the favor. Sirens, of course, will not be letting up. It'll be a great game tomorrow as well.
So an action-packed game for the Sirens. 3 goals to Shelby Thompson, Single goals to Sarah Edney, Kath McConey and Cleo Mayer. And for the Melbourne Ice, certainly not disgrace. Shana Godfrey with 2 goals. Emily Davis-Tope, Christina Julian with the goals for the Ice.
As the girls go through their handshakes now, they will go rest up, eat up, have a little break, recover, because they will come back here again. Same time, same venue tomorrow to do it all over again, just with the change of goaltenders starting.
Wow, what a game, and this has really whet the appetite for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the season and the finals as well. Real semi-final atmosphere, the 2 traditional rivals, stick taps all round for the Sirens. The Ice will do the same shortly with their friends and family who have travelled up from Melbourne. Been an absolute pleasure to bring you this game. The Sydney Sirens 6 have defeated the Melbourne Ice 4. Thank you, as always, to our hard-working Thought Fox media crew. Sarah, thank you very much for your company, as always.
Thank you, Eric, for being here, as always.
And we'll be back here tomorrow for round 2 of this battle between the Melbourne Ice as they stick tap their fans and also their fans at home. I can't wait. Let's bring on tomorrow.
I'm excited for it.
Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, AWIHL.tv. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon from Erina Ice Arena. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.